Hi everyone, this is James Agujar, and for today's video I will going to explain the graph of trig functions and find the values of period, amplitude, phase shift, vertical shift, maximum and minimum values. In the equations, I choose 1, 2, and 3. So let's start. Before proceeding to the next equation, let's find out first the general form of sine and cosine, which is the y is equals to a sine of bx plus c plus d, which is a is the amplitude, b helps to find the period, c tells the presence of the horizontal or phase shift, and d tells the presence of the vertical shift. Here is the solution of number 1, which is y is equals to 3 sine of theta minus 5 pi over 6. So here in the amplitude, we determine that it is 3 because amplitude is the absolute value of a. So in number 1, we determine the amplitude is 3. In period, we have the formula of 2 pi over b, which is b is theta, which is equivalent to 1, so 2 pi over 1 or 2 pi. We do not have vertical shift, so it's none. In the phase shift, we have the formula of bx minus c is equals to 0, so b is theta and c is 5 pi over 6. So our phase shift is 5 pi over 6. In maximum value, we will going to add the vertical shift, which is d, and the amplitude, which is a. So we have 0 plus 3 is equals to positive 3. In minimum, we will going to subtract the vertical shift to the amplitude. So we have 0 minus 3 is equals to negative 3.
Here is the final answer of number 1 equation, which is y is equals to 3 sine of theta minus 5 pi over 6. Amplitude 3, period 2 pi, phase shift 5 pi over 6, vertical shift none, maximum positive 3, and minimum negative 3. Here is the wave of the graph of number 1. From the origin, it goes down to pi over 2 across pi and goes up to 3 pi over 2 and go down to 2 pi and goes down to 5 pi over 2 and goes up across 3 pi. So that's how the movement of the graph of y is equals to 3 sine of theta minus 5 pi over 6.
Here is the solution of number 2, y is equals to 3 cosine theta. The amplitude, we have 3 because it is the value of a in the given equation. Period, 2 pi over b is the formula, and 2 pi over 1 or 2 pi is our period. Vertical shift, none. Phase shift, none. In maximum, we have 0 plus 3 is equals positive 3. In minimum, we have 0 minus 3 is equals to negative 3.
Here are the final answers of y is equals to 3 cosine theta. Amplitude 3, period 2 pi, phase shift none, vertical shift none, maximum 3, and minimum negative 3. As we can see, the graph of y3 cosine theta shows the upward and downward movement from the origin. It starts from the maximum value of 3, goes across in pi over 2, and goes down to pi, and goes up across 3 pi over 2, and goes up to 2 pi, and goes down to 5 pi over 2, and go down to 3 pi.
Y is equals to 2 sine of negative 3 theta minus pi over 2 plus 2. Here the amplitude we have 2, which is a in the equation. Next we have period. The formula is 2 pi over b. It goes down to 2 pi over negative 3. In the final answer of our period, we have 2 pi over 3. Next we have vertical shift, which is 2, which is d in the equation. Next, we have phase shift. So the formula is bx minus c is equals to 0. So we have negative 3 theta minus pi over 2 is equals to 0. Next, negative 3 theta is equals to pi over 2. To cancel out and to get the phase shift, we have negative 3 theta over negative 3 is equals to pi over 2 times negative 3. So our phase shift is negative pi over 6. Next, we have the maximum, d plus a. So we have 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. And the minimum value, we have d minus a. So we have 2 minus 2. We have the minimum value of 0.
Here is the final answer of 3. Y is equals to 2 sine of negative 3 theta minus pi over 2 plus 2. Amplitude, we have 2. Period, 2 pi over 3. Phase shift, we have negative pi over 6. Vertical shift, 2. Maximum, 4. And minimum, 0. In this graph, it shows the up and down movement of the wave from the origin across pi over 4, goes to pi over 2, and goes down across 3 pi over 4, and goes down to pi, and goes up across 5 pi over 4, and goes up to 3 pi over 2, and goes down to 7 pi over 4 to 2 pi. Thank you for watching.